Welcome to IE News and to our viewers on itvtt.com. I am Micah Dume. Thanks for joining us. In the headlines, the government pushes digital transformation through AI and expanded online services. Education Ministry strengthens early childhood vision and hearing screening program. Prison Officers Association warns public against smuggling contraband and unauthorized contact with inmates. In our top story, Minister of Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence Dominic Smith is calling for stronger collaboration among government, the private sector, academia and civil society to advance Trinidad and Tobago's digital transformation. Speaking at the AmCham TNT Tech Hub Islands Summit, Minister Smith said technology should be measured by the positive impact it has on people's lives, adding that digital innovation must deliver meaningful outcomes for citizens. He highlighted Verify TT as a key part of government's digital transformation strategy and announced plans to expand online public services, including applications for birth certificates, certificates of character and passports. The minister also reaffirmed the government's commitment to preparing a future-ready workforce through the Future Ready TT initiative, which will equip citizens with digital and artificial intelligence skills needed for the modern economy. Smith said Trinidad and Tobago remains committed to becoming a regional leader in the responsible use of artificial intelligence, stressing that technology should always serve people and never replace the human element. Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlath says the Ministry of Education is working with the Ministry of Health to improve the early detection of vision and hearing problems among young children. Speaking at a ceremony in South Trinidad where eyeglasses were distributed to children in need, Dr. Dowlath said the ministry's PIRL program focuses on screening children between the ages of 4 and 6 to identify visual and auditory challenges early. He also commended the Rapid Fire Kids Foundation and other organizations for partnering with the ministry to support children's health and learning.
At the Ministry of Education, we've developed a program called PIRL, which is to do the early diagnosis from 4 to 6 years old for visual and hearing. But the lead happened years ago with Rapid Fire and many other organizations. And so, I want to commend the Rapid Fire Kids Foundation for being pioneering, together with all the other organizations who would come to the Ministry of Education to do their part.
The Prison Officers Association is warning the public that smuggling prohibited items into prisons or communicating with inmates through unauthorized channels is a criminal offense. In a public advisory, the association said the Prisons Act makes it illegal to introduce or traffic prohibited articles to prisoners without the approval of the Commissioner of Prisons. It also reminded the public that all communication with inmates must take place through authorized channels. The association further noted that under the Interception of Communications Act approved, communications may be monitored by law enforcement agencies to assist in the prevention of investigation of crime. The warning was issued by the Prison Officers Association newly appointed Public Relations Officer Chris Guerrero in his first official public statement since assuming the role. We pause for a moment. More news when we come back.
Perfection doesn't happen by chance. Like an artist, the cook selects the main ingredient, one that is worthy of a proud cultural tradition. Trusted to enhance your creations with its richness and versatility. To create a cooking masterpiece, the secret is simple. The brand we know, the brand we trust, the brand our ancestors have been using for generations.
There is only one pure cow brand ghee. Look for the marks of authenticity.
Tile Expressions Limited, as one of the largest importers of tiles, offers an extensive range of high-quality tiles in ceramic, porcelain, granite, stone, and mosaic options. Additionally, we offer a variety of tile accessories and bathroom sets to complement any decor style. We are committed to providing exceptional customer service and swift delivery of all products, from indoor and outdoor tiles to bathroom sets, and tile accessories, we have curated a range that caters to both traditional and modern taste. Lamppost 13, Ajodhar Road, Munro Road, Canopio. Call 223-8453.
Welcome back. The Trinidad and Tobago Municipal Police Service has officially launched its new Public Information and Communications Unit aimed at strengthening transparency, public engagement and community policing. Operating under the motto, keeping communities informed and engaged, the unit will serve as the TTMPS's central hub for timely and accurate public communication while promoting safety awareness and building stronger relationships with communities across the country. The service says the initiative reflects its commitment to greater accountability, innovation and responsive policing by ensuring citizens remain informed and connected. The launch was attended by Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin, senior officials from the ministry, members of the TTMPS, leadership and representatives of municipal corporations from across Trinidad and Tobago. Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlath says government is moving to strengthen STEM education in Trinidad and Tobago with plans to expand digital technology, robotics and artificial intelligence programs in schools. The announcement came as students from 9 secondary schools completed in the inaugural First Tech Challenge National Robotics Tournament hosted by NIHUS in collaboration with Shell, Trinidad and Tobago. The competition themed Decode challenged students to design, build and program robots while developing engineering, coding, teamwork and problem-solving skills. Addressing participants, Dr. Dowlath said the tournament was about more than robotics, describing it as an opportunity to prepare students for the future by building resilience and applying classroom knowledge to real-world challenges. Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, Professor Prakash Prasad, also encouraged students to embrace science and mathematics as pathways to innovation, saying Trinidad and Tobago has the potential to compete globally in technology and engineering. Organizers said the inaugural tournament reflects the country's growing commitment to STEM education and developing the next generation of engineers, programmers, and technology leaders.
This tournament is like a catalyst for STEM education in Trinidad and Tobago. Our country's progress is shaped not just by the board of directors and us ministers making decisions, but it is shaped in the classrooms, and I want to recognize the teachers and the coaches. It's shaped in the laboratories and the workshops. There's a subject in secondary school called technology education. Let's do a deep dive and include the robotics and AI and all the other technologies into that subject. So for incoming students, for those of you who are progressing, we want to make the curriculum more exciting. We want you to want to come to school and to learn.
Technology changes. In fact, coding now. You go to ChatGPT and it does the coding for you. You don't need to do coding again. Now, I'm not downplaying coding. Eh? I'm saying that technology does it for you. Just like your calculator does your calculations for you, now AI does your coding for you. But what it can't do for you is to think, analyze, and bring about new applications.
Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander has defended the preventative detention order issued for businessman Dominic Hadid, his wife Genevieve Hadid, and her aunt Star Sabga, insisting the action was based on intelligence and not politics. Speaking to reporters, Minister Alexander rejected suggestions of political interference, stressing that government ministers cannot instruct police to issue a preventative detention order. He explained that PDOs follow a multi-stage process involving intelligence agencies, legal officers within the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, external legal review, and the Ministry of Homeland Security before reaching his desk for approval. Alexander also declined to comment on reports linking the detentions to an alleged assassination plot against Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar and senior government officials, saying police must be allowed to complete their investigations without interference. The minister defended the use of preventative detention orders during the state of emergency, saying their purpose is to prevent potential criminals' acts before they occur. He urged the public to respect the rule of law and allow investigators to carry out their work, maintaining that the process is intelligence-driven and grounded in legal procedures. Thousands of students who sat this year's secondary entrance assessment will receive their results on Thursday, July 2nd. The Ministry of Education says results will be available from 11 p.m. through the official SEA online portal. A total of 17,509 students wrote the examination on March 26th, including 8,854 boys and 8,655 girls. Parents and guardians will need the student's date of birth, student number and admissions number, all of which can be found on the SCA admission slip to access the results. The ministry has advised that schools will not distribute printed copies, as hard copies are not required for secondary school registration. Private candidates who have misplaced their admission slips are being asked to contact the ministry's examinations department for assistance. The ministry also says step-by-step guides and additional information will be shared on its social media platforms to help families access the online results, and has extended congratulations and best wishes to all students as they prepare for the next stage of their educational journey. You're watching IE News. We'll return after these messages.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Are you renewing your motor, homeowner or business insurances shortly? Then call Kalyani Limited, agency for Tatil, for a competitive quote. With 2 locations, Todd Street, El Socorro and 5 Rivers, Aruca. Please call us at 221-5051 or 227-5051. Kalyani Limited, agency for Tatil, building relationships exceeding expectations.
Welcome back. West Indies fast bowler Kemar Roach has joined an elite group of Caribbean cricket legends after claiming his 300th Test wicket during the regional side's emphatic innings and 217-run victory over Sri Lanka. The 37-year-old became the first West Indies fast bowler since Curtly Ambrose to reach the milestone and now trails only Courtney Walsh. Curtly Ambrose and Malcolm Marshall among the region's all-time pace wicket takers. Roach reached the landmark after dismissing Lahiru, Kumara and Asitha Fernando in quick succession, receiving a special commemorative shirt from teammates following the achievement. The West Indies pace attack dominated through the match, with Roach, Jaden Seals, Shamar Joseph and Alzari Joseph combining to bowl Sri Lanka out for just 101 in their second innings. Jaden Seals also reached a personal milestone, claiming his 100th Test wicket as the West Indies completed one of their most comprehensive Test victories in recent years. Speaking after the match, Roach described the achievement as a special and humbling moment, saying it was an honour to be mentioned alongside some of the greatest fast bowlers in West Indies cricket history. Let's now take a look at some international news.
Tonight, as the death toll surges past 1,400 people, U.S. search and rescue teams are on the ground in Venezuela, arriving with special equipment as the urgent race to find survivors in the midst of a catastrophe approaches its 4th day. In the hard-hit area of La Guaira, north of Caracas, a hellscape with entire buildings collapsed into towering piles of rubble. The U.S. sending a combat ship, CH-47 Chinook helicopters, MV-22 Ospreys, and a C-17 Globemaster, along with satellite equipment to assess the need on the ground. U.S. rescue teams also bringing search dogs to look for survivors. Simone Medina saying he brought gloves and a shovel to search for his very own mother and brother, adding that they go forward with faith. More than 1,400 people have been killed and more than double that injured. And according to a UN official, some 55,000 people are said to be unaccounted for. Wednesday's back-to-back earthquakes, magnitude 7.2 and 7.5, striking Venezuela when the country was already facing a humanitarian crisis, with millions food insecure and lacking medicine and other supplies. In Miami, people answering the call for help, donating food and essentials.
We live very far, but our heart is with our country, with our people.
Tonight, deadly flash flooding in Kentucky. Torrential rains triggering dozens of water rescues and swamping entire communities. This video posted to social media showing the moments after firefighters pulled a driver to safety, nearly swallowed by the rising floodwaters. Some counties hit with record or near record amounts of rain.
Yeah, I'm not trying this.
In Madison County, roads turning into rivers. This powerful, fast-moving flood sweeping this church off its foundation. Governor Andy Beshear declaring a state of emergency after at least 4 people were killed. In Bullitt County, emergency crews going door to door, pulling residents from homes surrounded by rising floodwaters.
It's been hectic. It's been a long day. A lot of people didn't want to vacate their homes.
In Spencer County, children waking up to find their neighborhoods submerged.
I guess it's like kind of scary. In our backyard, it has a lot of water, and I was just in the water. It was warm and cold at the same time.
Tonight, the U.S. and Iran escalating threats and attacks. Tehran says it targeted U.S. military sites in Kuwait and Bahrain, warning American bases in the region will be experiencing hell during these days. A U.S. official tells ABC News Iran launched drones and missiles towards those neighboring countries. So far, no reported U.S. casualties or damage. This image released by the Iranian military appears to show a message written on a missile launched at allies in the region. The message taunting the president, saying the only success of Trump is the increased income of American coffin makers and wheelchair manufacturers for his soldiers in this defeated war. The new attacks come hours after the U.S. struck Iran again in direct response to continued Iranian aggression against commercial shipping. Trump issuing a warning saying there may come a point when we are no longer able to be reasonable and will be forced to militarily complete the job that we very successfully started.
The president's patience isn't going to last forever.
That U.S. strike, retaliation for an Iranian drone hitting a tanker on Saturday, the second attack on a ship crossing the Strait of Hormuz in just days. Both sides signing that memorandum of understanding just over a week ago, but new questions tonight about how long it could last. Under that deal, Iran promised to reopen the strait. Instead, it's trying to control it. Iran's foreign minister now claiming Iran alone manages the strait, warning against any interference.
When we return, your weather updates and more, stay tuned.
Introducing Signature Marine Coatings. We bring you premium marine solutions powered by PPG coatings, including anti-fouling protection, high-grade epoxy systems, fiberglass materials, and complete marine refinishing supplies. Protect, enhance, and maximize the performance of your vessel with products you can trust. Get the finish your vessel deserves. We are located at Tardy Marine Limited in Chagaramas. Call us today at 2900-654 or email at signaturepaints@hotmail.com.
Let's do India and Nepal, a soulful journey across timeless destinations. Delhi, Kathmandu, Varanasi, Ayodhya, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Agra, and Jaipur. August 12th to 28th. Presented by Pandit Omarat. Call 681-3476 to book now. Not just a trip, it's a spiritual and cultural experience.
Welcome back to IE's Major News. Let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today was generally warm and partly cloudy across Trinidad and Tobago, with a mix of sunshine and cloudy spells throughout much of the day. A few scattered showers developed during the late morning and afternoon, with isolated heavier showers affecting some districts. Despite the passing showers, prolonged sunny intervals allowed temperatures to climb to approximately 32 to 33 degrees Celsius, while overnight lows are expected to remain around 24 to 25 degrees Celsius. Moderate easterly winds persisted across the islands, occasionally becoming fresh and gusty near showers. Sea conditions remained moderate, with offshore wave heights between 2.0 and 2.5 meters, while sheltered coastal waters experienced waves of 1.0 to 1.5 meters. Overall conditions remained warm, humid, and breezy. Tonight is expected to be partly cloudy, with the possibility of a few isolated showers during the late evening and overnight period. Warm and humid conditions will persist, while moderate easterly winds of 15 to 20 knots continue across Trinidad and Tobago. Marine conditions will remain moderate, with offshore sea between 2.0 and 2.5 meters and sheltered waters between 1.0 and 1.5 meters. Small craft operators should continue to exercise caution in offshore areas, particularly where seas become occasionally choppy. Wednesday is expected to begin with a mixture of sunshine and cloudiness with a few brief morning showers affecting isolated areas as the day progresses. Daytime heating and available moisture are expected to trigger scattered afternoon showers and the slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Temperatures are forecast to reach approximately 32 to 33 degrees Celsius, with warm and humid conditions continuing throughout the day. Moderate easterly winds will remain in place, becoming gusty in the vicinity of showers and thunderstorms. Sea conditions are expected to remain moderate, with offshore wave heights between 2.0 and 2.5 meters and sheltered coastal waters between 1.0 and 1.5 meters. Overall, Wednesday is expected to be warm and breezy, with a combination of sunshine, cloudy periods, and scattered afternoon showers. Let's take a look at some crime news. Four suspects were arrested for various offenses, while 15 Venezuelan nationals who are in the country illegally were detained following anti-crime operations conducted in the Southern Division. In the Marabella District, officers conducted an exercise between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. on Saturday, 27th June, during which they arrested four suspects. One 52-year-old Couva man was arrested for obscene language, resisting arrest, and disorderly behavior. One 69-year-old Marabella man was held for possession of cannabis. One 46-year-old Marabella man was held for possession of cocaine, and one 38-year-old Marabella man was arrested on two outstanding warrants. Meanwhile, in the San Fernando District, officers of the Southern Division Task Force, areas west and east, with the assistance of immigration personnel and officers of the K9 unit, proceeded to two apartments at Copper Street between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. There they found and detained 15 Venezuelan nationals who are in the country illegally. Investigations are ongoing into the above matters. Weekend operations in the Port of Spain division has resulted in the arrest of four motorists for driving under the influence. An Operation Steady Guard exercise was conducted between 10 p.m. on Friday 26th June and 3:30 a.m. on Saturday 27th June in the POSD by officers of the Capital City Patrol Unit and the Port of Spain DUI Task Force. A total of 19 persons were tested for driving with breath alcohol over the prescribed limit. Four drivers ages 30 to 53 were found to be above the prescribed limit of 35 ug of alcohol per 100 ml of breath and arrested. The exercise was sanctioned by Senior Superintendent Thumb, Superintendent Baird, and ASP Cadet. Meanwhile, one accused appeared before the Port of Spain High Court, charged with possession of forged currency note Reports indicate officers of the POSD were on foot patrol along Frederick Street when they were approached by a man who alleged that another individual had sold counterfeit money to a friend. The officers accompanied the man to a jewelry store where they met with the owner, who said that on June 22nd he brought USD 600 from a man. He alleges that when he went to the bank to change the money, he was informed that it was counterfeit. The suspect was subsequently arrested and found to be in possession of 3 counterfeit $100 bills. The accused, Justin Alexander, 33, of Marval, was brought before a master of the High Court where the charge was laid indictably, and the matter adjourned to July 1st, 2026. Officers of the North Division arrested 2 persons and seized a quantity of cannabis during a state of emergency intelligence-led operation conducted on Sunday, 28th June. During the exercise, officers conducted searches at Cinnamon Crescent, Santa Rosa, Arima, and Moonlighting Drive, Demerara Road, Wallfield, before proceeding to Kingdom Avenue, Maturita, Arima, where a search of a mini-mart and adjoining residence resulted in the discovery of approximately 105 grams of cannabis concealed inside a wardrobe. A 43-year-old woman was arrested and cautioned for possession of cannabis and conveyed to the Pinto Police Post along with the seized exhibit. In a separate incident during the exercise conducted between the hours of 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., officers attached to the Northern North Task Force arrested a man for disorderly behavior and the use of obscene language in the vicinity of Hoyt Avenue, Maturita, Arima. In a separate matter, a 37-year-old Claxton Bay man has been charged with assault occasioning actual bodily harm and possession of a weapon following investigations into an incident which occurred at approximately 9:45 p.m. on Thursday, 25th June along Bukal Trace Forest Park. He's expected to appear before the San Fernando Magistrates Court today, Monday, 29th June. Investigations were conducted by WPC Jackson and investigations into the respective matters are ongoing. Recapping the headlines, the government pushes digital transformation through AI and expanded online services. Education Ministry strengthens early childhood vision and hearing screening program. Prison Officers Association warns public against smuggling, contraband, and unauthorized contact with inmates. Well, this is where we leave you for now. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Micah Dumais. Thank you for joining us.